in Algonquin, going to Algonquin school. 2 years ago, the town said they needed extra money. They needed $600 and some thousand to make the water system possible. So they had to have a design, some sort of a design in place then, at that time. I championed to get money. I got $600 and some thousand for the town.
600,000, yeah.
Yes. All right. Not just, I've been in Algonquin Estates, being that I'm up for re-election, talking to people, people are not happy. All right, it's been 2 years since they've had this money, just under 2 years. The water system isn't any closer to being built than it was when I got the money for them, from what it looks like to me. Now, there is a sunset clause on this money. If this is not built and completed by 26, the end of 26, that money goes away. I have no idea where the funding is right now. If I was under the impression when I championed to get this money was for putting the system in the ground. There's not been a pipe laid in the ground yet. I've heard that we're in the design phase. Well, we've been in the design phase for over 2 years now. I've heard a lot of flack about this. So I'm wondering where it is, and has there been an audit done of this money?
The county was gracious enough to give us money last July. We appreciate that. We have invoices, we have canceled checks for work that LaBerge has done as far as surveying, drilling, and work. If you care, I can provide you with the invoices, copies of the paid invoices, and I can dredge up copies of the checks that have been paid out to this point.
Do we have any idea when this water system is going to be put in?
Next year.
Will it be completed next year?
Yes, sir.
Because from the county level even, I'm getting, they'd like to see an audit of this money, see what's going on with it.
Mr. I received an email late this afternoon from Mr. Gordon, and I called the office immediately. They tried to put me through. All I got was his voicemail, and I left him a message, and I gave him the name and number, and I asked him if he wished to see what he would like, be it paid invoices or canceled checks, which I can supply. So I'm waiting to hear back from Mr. Gordon.
Did you all, this is the letter. Yeah. It was sent, I don't know if anybody, did you get a copy? Yeah. Okay. Are we, let's see. So the money was contingent, and also everything needs to be done by 2026. Otherwise, what would happen?
Well, I've been told that it sunsets then, the money goes away. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. I just found out about the 2026 today, actually, because the county hasn't heard a thing since they've turned over money here. They haven't heard a thing from anybody about what's going on with this. And they know the water system hasn't been built. So that's what I'm getting calls about too. So that's.
Like I said, I just found out today, and I've been more than happy to supply Mr. Gordon with copies of the canceled checks, copies of the paid invoices, for work and detailing what work was done by the LaBerge Group.
When are they supposed to? When are they supposed to go for RFP? Because I thought it was like the fall, November.
That's what I've been told.
Are we on schedule for that?
That's what the latest I've heard.
So we don't even have a contractor or contractors selected yet
We don't, no.
for construction.
For construction, no, we don't have, no. That's supposed to be done in November.
Do they have a timetable, most contractors, where they could start in a few months? I mean, or
They're going out to bid in November.
don't they have backlogs?
They feel as if the contractors can start work the end of April, depending on weather.
Has this project changed that much from when it went into inception 2 years ago when I was first approached about money? I mean, has design changed that much, or why has it taken this long to get engineering done on this thing? Because, I mean, it just seems like unless we're increasing the size of it, or unless we're doing a lot of different stuff, this shouldn't, I mean, they knew enough to know how much money they extra needed. Why are we at this stage now where we're still getting engineering done? I've seen a lot bigger projects that have taken a lot less time than 2 years and they're already completed. Water system in Skodak started after this project and it's already completed. I don't know what's holding this whole thing up. Like I said, I'm getting asked about it. I'm trying to get answers.
They had done the engineering work, and they had done the surveying work, and the preliminary work has been pretty much accomplished, and we're just waiting now to go to bid and move on it next year.
All right, well, I think you'll probably be hearing from the county because they're probably gonna want to see an audit of all the money, the funds that have been,
I take it that this this letter is for, and like I said, I replied to Mr. Gordon.
I mean, because like I said, I am up for reelection. I have been in Algonquin Estates, and so I've heard a lot of complaints about people over there. What's taken so long, on this? So that's why I'm here.
Thank you, Robin.
Can I just speak on that topic too, because Robin brought it up. I think it's a big concern because the money was given in November of 2023 from the county. We also got some federal
We got
money.
it in July of
We got
2024.
the commitment.
Okay, that was before.
So they committed to it. You got a check in July 2024, right? And the federal money was committed in October or November of 2023 as well. And, we have a document on our website that says the RFP is going to go out in January 2024, right? And so it has taken way too long. You and I spoke early into this year, and I asked about it, and I was told the RFP is going to go out soon. It's now October 9th, the RFP still isn't out. And, I know that the engineering documents came a few months ago. I looked at all of them. I saw a couple of mistakes. I got in touch with the Burge. I mean, there are no mistakes they can't fix on a planning document, but that hasn't moved anything forward. And the reality is, if we're talking about putting an RFP out in November, 90 days is January, February. Today's point, construction companies are already planning for what they're doing next year. It is a smaller project, right? As Robin said, you've seen other ones get done quicker, but this is a smaller project, so it's not going to have as big of a price tag along with it. I think we should be talking to the residents of the watershed too and being realistic that this is probably something that's not going to get done until 2027, because I don't see it happening next year. And I don't have an answer either, Robin, why it's taking this long. There have been questions on this side. Nothing has progressed. There's no reason why the RFP couldn't have gone out in March of this year, April this year. It's taken far too long. And again, Tom, we've talked about it a couple of times. It's, when we talked about it, this is going to be done in the end of January. This is going to be done in 2025, the whole project. We're not even going to start the RFP process to the end of this year. And I think realistically, it's probably not going to get finished until 2027.
And we're paying the Verge. We just paid another $15,000 this month. So it seems like it's just going to continue to go on until there's no more money left.
And what Tom had said to me earlier in the year was LaBerge got busy and they couldn't handle this project this year. Well, then we need to go find someone else. We got a clock ticking here. We can't just let LaBerge, and I'm not picking on LaBerge. I'm just saying It's been 2 years.
Well, not only that, I mean, all the testing that was done over there, the county paid for all the testing of everybody's wells that was tested. So we spent a lot of money already. We've paid for some of the filter systems to go in over there. Even though, I mean, the county gets the blame for all this. People are pointing their finger at the county. What are you doing for us? But we are doing, and we're not getting any results yet. This is a problem.
And the last time when you and I talked, Tom, we said that we were gonna get those engineering plans back again a second time to look at it. Are we getting that plan soon, do you know?
There are plans upstairs, correct?
But are they the second round of plans?
Yes, sir.
Well, I didn't know that, so I'd have to go back up there, because there was one house that didn't even have a curb cut out for it, which would be a problem. There was another one that I saw that had a curb cut in a very odd position. I think they went and talked to you about that. But I didn't know that the second set of plans were here. I asked to be notified when they came in, but
That's what we did that. And as far as we've always told people, if they have a question on curb stops, it's just fault, and they can change very easily.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Anyone else? Greg, please.
Hi, Greg Paddock, 28 Favorite Court, so I am in Water District 2. I just want to correct one thing about the county doing water testing. When this started, the county was very selective as far as who they wanted to test. I know residents, including myself, had asked for a test. I didn't get it. I had to pay the $350 myself, and others did too. Now, the county did very scientifically. Rich Elder, county health person, had a method for doing it. But I just don't want it out there that the county paid for all testing, because they didn't. Burnett was very cooperative as far as getting samples down to the testing lab, and he arranged for the payments. He arranged for the testing, but several of us did have to pay our own freight to having that done. And as far as the progress goes, all I know is, I walk around the street. I was involved, as you know, with concerned citizens with clean drinking water, and so people ask me all the time. And all I have told people in the States is kind of what you had told me, Tom, that it was delayed, shovel in the spring of 2026, watered by Thanksgiving, and that you allow time for people to come in and look at the curb stops, and that I don't know how many people did that, took advantage of it. Every resident there could go see where the curb stop was, so that you could move it if you thought it would be a shorter place to go in, because I'm sure when they drew that up, they didn't necessarily know where your wellhead was. So I just wanted to make that clear, specifically about the testing. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, that concludes the first session of public comment period. Next item up is town clerk minutes from September 25, 2025. Has everyone had a chance to review them?
I move that we accept the minutes.
David, thank you very much.
I'll second.
Thank you very much, Frank. All those in favor of accepting the September 25, 2025 town clerk minutes? Anyone opposed? Eric?
that was the one I wasn't here at, right?
No, that was last week. Eric.
I wasn't here, so I'll abstain. Sorry, thank you. No, I wasn't here, that was the second. I'm sorry. I'm a yes, then I'm sorry. I'm confused. So I say yes and no, sorry. It was last week that I wasn't here. Yes, yeah, so I'm yes, yeah. Sorry.
Thank you very much. Okay, correspondence. New York State Ag and Markets did an inspection on Bob Geyer for 2025 municipal shelter inspection report. Came out very positive, and just like to acknowledge that. There's a copy of the report. The next item up is library having their puzzle sale on Saturday, 10/18. And I believe the rain date is Sunday, 10/19. Did you get that? Thank you. Okay, next item up is the liaison reports. First, planning board. If you would, Pete, thank you very much.
We are processing an application for a two-lot minor subdivision, 36 Weatherwax Road. Thomas Ortega and Amanda Rockefeller wish to subdivide their 2.3 acre property, the two parcels, 1.3 and 1.1. Their intent is to sell the house with the 1.3 acre parcel and to retain the other parcel. Okay, so we classified them at the current meeting, and we have them scheduled for a public hearing on Wednesday.
The Wednesday, right.
The 6th. Okay.
Okay,
That's all we have.
Thank you very much, Pete. Appreciate it. Tim, if you would, please. Thank you very much. Zoning board, excuse me.
Last meeting, the zoning board had two applications for an area variance, both for accessory structures. One's in Heather Ridge and the other one is up on Factory Road. But my public hearing is set for both applications at the next meeting next week. And that's it.
Thank you very much, Tim. Fire company? Mr. Hill. Okay, anyways, the fire company, left their monthly summary report, invisible here, if anyone cares to see it, going through the financing, and they're actively training each week. Okay. Next item up, youth advisory. Kara is having a Halloween parade on Saturday, the 25th, starting here at Town Hall. She asked that participants are there by 11:30. Kicks off at 11:45. The fire company will be leading the parade down and handling traffic responsibilities. It was a very good turnout last year, and it ends up down at the VFW post in conjunction with the elementary PTO, I believe, and they call it a trunk or treat. But it starts off here at assembly starts at 11:30, kick off at 11:45. Conservation Advisory Council, please. Library.
I wasn't gonna let you forget.
No, I apologize again. Thank you, David.
I'm Kathy Place for the library. Our circulation last month was 1,197 physical items, 914 digital. We had a total of 704 visitors to the library. Our programming highlights for last month were the continuation of our class on Saturday for kids, and Friday mornings is story time, which gets a huge turnout every week. We also had a teen book club on a Percy Jackson book, and we have a continuation of Let's Dish, which is a program once a month where we bring in a local food-related enterprise. This last one was a great demonstration from a local vineyard. Coming up this month, Let's Dish is going to be on cheese and yogurt from the Borough Farm. We're going to have a watch party for Jim Henson's Labyrinth. We're going to have movie killer bingo for teenagers, and Halloween story time, which Halloween is actually on a Friday, which is our normal kids story time. So we're suggesting that our kids come in costume, and we're going to have a little parade within the library for the kids with stories and crafts. Big item for us was the installation of automatic door openers for our handicapped visitors. So now when you come to the library, you go up the ramp and there is an automatic door opener that will enable individuals Tom's used it. So that, it's easier for them to get in and out of the library. Coming up on the 18th is our puzzle sale, which is always huge. But this year, we're also doing what we're calling Hidden Talent Art Auction. We've gone out to the community, to local artists, and asked them to donate something, and those will all be auctioned off. So if you're interested, you can go to our website, the library website, and there's a catalog for all these art items, and there's some really fabulous stuff there. It's kind of amazing the talent, and it really is hidden. You don't know about it because we haven't seen these items displayed, so check it out. Then Donna Riley, our director, and Sherry Met, who is our Friends president, they're going to be doing a 5-week after-school enrichment program at the elementary school. It's for first and second grades. It's entitled Stories That Move Us, and they will be combining stories with movement and art. We will also be participating in the trunk or treat that the school puts on. We'll be handing out books, candy, and other goodies. And we will have trick or treat at the library again. We have it for the story hour, but we'll all have it for the whole time that we're open, so kids can stop in and trick or treat. Any questions?
I have a question. Your reports are so
Pardon?
just very comprehensive, usually. Something I heard about banned books. You didn't mention that. What is
We
that?
don't have,
Like it was,
not that I'm aware of, there's no issue with banned books at our library.
no, I mean I thought I saw it like a post or something like
It's like an
that.
event, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I
believe,
have nothing, I don't know about it. I'm just asking, people have asked.
I don't either, but I believe there is a banned books week.
That's,
I'm
yeah.
not sure when it is though, but I can find out for you and get more information.
Okay, and what is it actually?
It's basically to promote the fact that we shouldn't have banned books. I mean, as a public library,
Yeah.
we do not ban any books, and we do not support the banning of books. And this event that, again, I'm shaky on, I believe it's a national thing that is to basically say we should not be banning books. But I can find out more for you.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, I'll get back and let Tom know.
I know Frank, I can pass it on.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you for the excellent report.
Thank you.
I'll try to do it in proper order. Please,
At
Greg.
least it wasn't me this time. Greg Conrad, Conservation Advisory Council, good evening Supervisor Russell and town board members. The CAC did not meet since the last town board meeting. However, we did have these activities. Supervisor Russell referred a landowner's inquiry to the CAC regarding crop damage from deer and what could be done to address the situation. After reviewing the information and speaking to the DEC, I reported back to Supervisor Russell about options that the DEC offers. And I also had a conversation with members of the town of New Lebanon CAC regarding that town's designation of 2 critical environmental areas. I think I might have mentioned that last time I was up here. In the process that they used, a summary was shared with our CAC members for future discussions that we may have on critical environmental areas. And that concludes my report. I'll entertain any questions.
Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you, Greg. Okay, next item up, the report from the Sand Lake Ambulance. Craig and crew were gracious enough to supply us with information on their activity in September. And we have it here, and their average response time was about 11.5 minutes. And they had 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, looks like 11 calls in Poestenkill throughout the town during the month of September. As I said, there's a report here if anyone cares to view it. Okay, Next item up is under discussion items and budget transfers. We listed primarily or strictly within the highway department for work for moving funds in order to accommodate the complete purchase of the John Deere tractor that we received in the year, and also for scrap metal to move around money, put money back into the budget to be put funneled into general repairs for.
I think it's worth noting that DJ figured out how to move money around so that we could actually reduce his budget for next year.
Accolades to DJ,
It's
accolades to
Very
DJ.
impressive.
Tom helped on this too, so it was a group effort.
DJ, you went around and you talked some very good ideas, very good proposals, and able to juggle numbers to make things work in order to accomplish this. Again, hats off to you. You took a serious look at what the needs were and addressed them to the betterment of the department and to the betterment of the town. Okay, the next item up is tentative budget discussion.
Has anything in this been changed since our last meeting?
Okay, I put two items out for discussion. One was on the highway department, one reduction on the 2026 healthcare because of one individual. His family level was not, it was not as high as what our regular family level is. Brown/CDPHP came back with a lower number for that, which reduced the cost by at least $10,000. So it went from 141 and change to 131,650 on the sheet that you have there. The other suggestion that I made was on water district number 1. The information I gave you last week was for actually only 8 months instead of 9. I did not get the September number until beginning of October, but I did not figure that in. So I brought the revenue closer to $95,000 so far in 25 that we have collected, which I'm looking at October, November, December of 2024, what collections are. I figured that we could change, I didn't change it on that sheet, I'm putting out a proposal, but to go to 123,000 from 105,000 based on the addition for revenues, yes. But that has not changed in there, I want to bring that up for discussion. Okay, the only change, physical change that it did make was the one on highway because of, that is the numbers that we see, CDPHP. And that is a copy of what Frank was gracious enough to put together from last week. Like I said, the only change was on the healthcare. I took that down. The other item on the water was a suggestion on my end. Those are the chronic areas that I looked at and tried to work on over the weekend and came up with those ideas.
Okay, one of the things we asked you last time was, what is our actual reserve fund balance? What will it be at the end of the year that will be available for the budget for next year?
My figures on that come up with $400,000.
We
400,000? That's it?
And that's very conservative.
That's what our reserve funds are?
No, so we have more than that.
But that's what I was asking.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what your 400,000 is, but what is the amount that we actually have in our reserves?
I had talked to, I don't have an exact number yet. I'm waiting, listening to what TBC may have to say and UHY.
So we don't know how much money we have.
We have over 2 million in the T-bills right now alone. We have $700,000 in the checking and savings accounts right now.
But some of that money is going to have to be spent this
For
year.
this year, yes.
So we don't know what our balance will be that will be available for the 2026 budget. You don't have a hard number on it.
I don't have a hard number that I can look at doing an eye and say 1.5 million. Okay,
Okay.
all right. I say we have 300,000, which we could utilize for the 2026 budget, leaving money beyond that.
Well, I think we would all like to be participants in that decision,
Well, without question.
but we need
That's why-
information in order to make that decision.
Yes, sir, David, and I don't have a hard number to give you. I have the numbers from, I'm on the T-bills, and I have the numbers on the checking, and,
Okay, when are we gonna next really go over the budget again before we do the preliminary budget?
do we have time? Okay, we'd like.
Are we gonna do it at the next workshop? Is that what the plan is?
I would like to do it next workshop and ask if we could have time on the 16th. If that works for people.
Is that Thursday night?
That's next Thursday night, yes, sir.
I can't.
No, okay, the 23rd?
Right, during the workshop, right?
23rd, yes.
Planning on it.
23rd.
23rd, yeah, just next week I can.
Is that 400,000 across the entire town, or are you saying that's what you have available to offset your general budget?
Offset the general.
Do we?
I'm waiting for other numbers from the accounting firm before I run my mouth. I don't want to give out an overly optimistic number. I prefer to stay low and stay conservative on numbers that I give out.
I understand that. That doesn't sound conservative to me. That sounds like sounding alarms to me.
That is a lot larger than we've ever budgeted before.
We have run, as I've given out, you have the T-bills information and you have the account information showing. We have very positive balances on the current accounts, savings and checking, and T-bills, we constantly run them through on 30-day or a couple on 60-day. And we gather the extra interest and move forward.
Well,
Do
we
we
look
have
forward to seeing these numbers when they're available.
Do we have like a completion date for the 2023 audit from UHY? Because that would be the beginning of getting at least a number for 24 to start at.
Well, she was working on it. I did not talk with her today. I will try again tomorrow, and I will come back with a number for you on the beginning of next week.
Would it help I mean, I guess I'm just thinking we just say to, is it Nicole? Just say, Nicole, can we get these done by this date rather than, I mean, you can ask for anything. You can say next Thursday, and she can tell you she can or she can't. But I think that's the third thing we need. You know, then we need 24, then 25.
Can I say just one thing? I think we gotta be careful. We all have to agree on what it is that UHY is doing. I don't know, we say audit sometimes, and I think we gotta be clear, because I think she's doing, and I don't even, having talked to her, she is, I think the right way, the wording is she's reconciling the expenses for 2022 and 2023 to report to the state. It's not an audit,
Okay,
right?
yeah, I mean, so
it's-
then do we have 20? What is she, I guess I don't know what she's doing, so.
She finished in 2022
Like,
Okay.
from a.
on the
No, I know
financial
she's finished-
report, and then now she's working on 2023
Right,
to finish that and get that.
and then, okay, now we're gonna go back to what Eric just said. So our accounts are all reconciled for 23, and I'm pretty sure they are. Is that true? That 23 are actually reconciled in QuickBooks?
Not 23 for QuickBooks, no. She's going, I won't say they're not complete, no. She's still working on 2023.
Now, 2022 is done and submitted to the state. Does that mean it's updated in QuickBooks 2022?
I will ask her tomorrow.
She's the one who does that?
I will ask her tomorrow what.
Does she go into QuickBooks and fix things?
She has made some corrections in QuickBooks.
So is it accurate through 2022?
Since we sent it in
You
August.
just paid her, what, $7,000?
For me, it's not as much the money as much as it's the money, but it's just, what's the scope of work? And is it delineated, and are we, like, I'm kind of,
We are coming much closer, and we are getting the financial house reconciled, and we'll continue to work at that. And I will find out, answer David's question on 2022, and get an update and find out when 2023 will be set. And
So as
ask
of
her-
right now, you don't know if QuickBooks is up to date through 2022? Even though we already submitted a report to the state?
I would like to hear her answer on that. I did not ask specifically, I was asking specifically about the report to the state and information that she had done. I know she had made corrections and gone in and found discrepancies and made corrections. I don't have that information in front of me right now.
would that, I'm just talking, wouldn't that report have to be based on final numbers out of QuickBooks for 2022 or even 2023? I mean, just, like, it can't be moving at that point if we,
It's got to be locked, it has to be locked in. To 2022 information that is locked in.
and 23 should be locked in too, I assume, right? Because I know 24 isn't, and 25 is partial, but
2023, I don't have the latest update on what she has accomplished in 2023 as far as how far into 2023 she has accomplished, what she has accomplished in 2023.
would it make sense for Nicole, if she had time, to either make a presentation to the board or something like that, as to where she is? So we can, I feel like we're asking the same questions over and over again, and then also just give them a work scope that is limited and in line with what we're doing with the records, so we're not paying a lot of people for the same thing. Just,
I will reach out tomorrow, Troy.
So the workshop is the 23rd at 7 PM,
Please and thank you.
and that's the next time we'll go over the budget line, that line, we need to do that tonight.
Yes, we will.
So we really did go up that much with the new tentative budget. We're still at 18.93 from your 19.03.
But what, I don't, just, maybe it's just because I'm only on the council for a year and whatever, coming up on 2 years. So the money that we're talking about, that Dave was alluding to, the unexpended fund balance, is money that the town has received in some sort of tax revenue. We've budgeted money and spent money, and we've spent far less than we've budgeted for.
Over many years.
To come up with, it sounds like $2 million of money that we're holding, or the town is holding, that's really truly the taxpayers' money. And then we're gonna go, that's why it's like, it just doesn't seem right to me to have that much money and then ask the people for a tax increase or something like that, especially not knowing how much it is even. But it all seems to be pointing to somewhere around $2 million, and I don't know what the breakup between highway and general is, but that's a lot of money when our budget is a couple $1 million.
I think our approach in the past has always been to try and balance what we think potentially would help us in an emergency situation and what we should not hold. And the state has rules on that. They don't want more than a certain percentage because it's the taxpayers' money. And having some balance in reserve in case of emergencies like hurricanes
I think that's,
is prudent.
yeah,
But too much is too much. The state does have guidelines.
like that's another topic of discussion by
Once we
itself
know
is-
exactly what it is, then we can discuss how much should we be putting into the budget to offset any tax
Well,
increase.
Or how much, I guess from one thing, what you're saying, like the rainy day fund or the hurricane day fund, that amount is probably something we would need to discuss.
Right.
And then you have whatever's left over and you need to figure out what to do with that.
Correct.
Or one way, I think, frankly, that I look at it, I'm not saying this is correct, but right, so this has the T-bills, right? We have 3 T-bill savings accounts that equal $769,000, right? So that's money that we know exists out there in 3 different savings accounts. The question I think Dave is asking, we're asking is, of all the other money that's out there in flux at all times, like you said, sometimes things, DJ comes in under budget. No, there is a certain amount of money that's surplus, we'll call.
And you want to.
The question is, what's that number? Right? And so Tom is being conservative, saying, I assume he's talking about that 400,000, that's the number, because we know we have money sitting in the bank, we can always access, we have to. Right? I'm sorry, the T-bills. Does that help? That's the way I look at it, at least.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is
that-
that for the town budget, it's very easy to do cash flow forecasts. Because we pay certain bills always, every year at the same time, fire company, library, all this stuff. So it's really pretty easy to know in projections what you're going to have and what you're going to have to spend between now and the end of the year. You know what your payroll is every week or every 2-week period, whatever it is. It shouldn't be that hard. But we need to know that information before we say, okay, how much are we going to keep in cash reserves for emergencies? And how much are we going to offset our budget? And I think I said it last year and the year before, just because we put the cash money into the budget, let's say we did use 400,000 as a figure, that doesn't mean we're actually going to spend it.
We don't know if we used the 200 or whatever
We
put in
don't
last
know.
year.
Right. And that's why we always need actuals versus the budget, so that we can make these decisions. But without the information, we can't make the decision.
Yeah, so it's not as much as averting a tax increase last year, as much as not knowing how much we spent. So we may have had a tax increase, we may not have.
Now, the plus side of having savings, if it's invested properly, is that the town generates income from that, which can also offset taxes. But in a good year, if you bring in $150,000 in interest, that's $150,000 we don't have to tax.
Yeah.
But there's a balance, and we have to decide what that is.
We came able to produce a profit and loss year to date. There, for us, numbers are fairly accurate, but they are fluid because of changes, because of payroll and the latest expenses that we put in. But we could put our page and pull out that into that current.
Okay, we'll look at it.
Please do. Thank you very much. We'll have more information for you over this weekend, over the beginning of next week, working on the weekend, get more information out, get more accurate numbers. Next item up in our action items, we have approval of resolution number 36, authorizing the purchase of a Caterpillar 79-inch 6-way dozer blade, a skid steer blade for the Broken Cat at a cost of $66.10.
I'll move that we approve that resolution.
Don't have to read it.
You want to read it? Yeah. I can read it. Which one is it?
I have it right here.
Go ahead.
Resolution number 36-2025, resolution to purchase a Caterpillar 79-inch SSL 6-way dozer blade, skid steer blade from Milton Cat at a cost of $6,610. Whereas it is deemed necessary the town of Poestenkill purchase a skid steer blade, and whereas the funds for such purpose will be taken from machinery 2 line in the 2025 budget, and now therefore be it resolved that the $6,610 should be authorized from the highway department's machinery 2 line to purchase this said skid steer blade.
Thank you very much, Joe. All those in favor?
Councilwoman Butler?
Yes.
Councilman Brzezs?
Yes.
Councilman Haas? Yes. Councilman Oliver?
No.
Supervisor Wilson?
Yes, please.
I can read resolution 37.
Thank you very much, David.
Resolution authorizing budget transfers, whereas it being necessary for the continuing operation of town business, certain budget transfers are necessary. And therefore be it resolved that the town of Poestenkill 2025 budget is here and amended as set forth below. Bridge bond debt service 2-9702, $82,585, transferred to machinery 2, 251302. General repairs 1, 251101, $54,000, transferred to machinery 2, 251302. Highway health insurance 2-9060.8, $32,000, transferred to machinery 2, 251302. So moved.
Thank you, David.
Councilwoman Butler?
Yes.
Councilman Brzezs?
Yes.
Councilman Haas?
Yes.
Councilman Oliver?
No.
Supervisor Russell?
Yes, please.
On the next one, can I ask a quick question? I'll read it real quick. I just had a quick question.
38, right?
Yeah, I thought, so this is on Pleasant Hill Drive. I thought when I read it, I guess I misread it. I thought it was on 351. So it's the line goes all the way up Hinkle, but it doesn't connect anybody on Pleasant Hill. So then this agreement, I don't know why I thought, anyways, that's my own mistake. So then 2 is for them to connect from the Hinkle to their house.
He's coming into just below the fire hydrant at the corner of Pleasant Hill. He's, number 2 is coming down along the edge of Pleasant View, and he's hooked into the line just below the fire hydrant.
And so obviously this is an agreement we're allowing them to do that. I don't know, I've always felt bad for the people on Pleasant Hill, 'cause there's only 4 houses up there, and the last person up on Pleasant Hill is horrible. And they have a storage tank, and it's just a thought. I've always thought, I think it would, I remember I looked it up one time, and it wouldn't cost that much money to do the whole street. I'm not saying we should do that tonight, but it's such a small little street, and what is there, 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 houses on that street? So if he's gonna bring it in, now you're already, if we just took that line a little bit further, right, you could, in theory, I'm not saying we should do this tonight, but then you can connect all the streets, all the houses on the street, and then it's that last one that goes up on the hill, they're the ones who are really the worst. Just a thought. So it's one of those things I always thought we should just do, and I think I've run the numbers, and it's like $150,000 to run it, because it's fairly short, but I guess that's just me being, I'm fine with it. I didn't realize we were talking about Pleasant Hill. But that in theory is something that could be, if the other neighbors wanted to get together and do it, they could get together. Right. Resolution 38/2025, matter of the authorization of the execution of the out of district water use agreement for Walter Howard and Teresa Schellenbach, located at 2 Pleasant Hill Drive, Poestenkill, Town of Poestenkill, Water District Number 1. Whereas that Walter Howard and Teresa Schellenbach are the owners of record of the real property at 2 Pleasant Hill Drive in Town of Poestenkill, New York, and whereas the property located at 2 Pleasant Hill Drive is not within any water district, whereas there exists within the Town of Poestenkill a certain water district formerly as Water District 1, and whereas that such property does not have adequate water supply from an existing well, and a connection to municipal water can be achieved at a reasonable expense to the property owners, and a cost of a new well with unknown water supply and quality may be excessive, whereas the property owners desire to enter into an agreement with the Town of Poestenkill whereby they can be considered an out-of-district water user and be connected to the Poestenkill Water District Number 1, whereas the town board has considered the situation and desires to make a suitable and potable water available to these town residents. Now therefore, let it be resolved by the town board of the Town of Poestenkill, Rensselaer County, New York, that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to enter into an agreement with Walter Howard and Teresa Schellenbach, located at 2 Pleasant Hill Drive, Poestenkill, New York, 12140, for the provision of municipal water to them from Water District 1, district upon terms and conditions as set forth in the attached out of water district agreement. And I will move.
I'll second it.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Eric.
Councilwoman Butler?
Yes.
Councilman Brzezis?
Yes.
Councilman Haas?
Yes.
Councilman Wahlberg?
Yes.
Supervisor Russell?
Yes, please.
I do have a question about it. Who does the engineering on this, and who does the construction, and what are the standards that have to be met for all of that above?
Okay.
And they could work with the water department?
Yes, Keith has been up there a number of times, working with Mr. Phibbs. He's a general contractor right now, he's working through. And he's the gentleman who'll be working with Mr. Howard and Mrs. S. To come down, Pleasant View, Pleasant Hill, excuse me.
To run the pipe, but it has to be done with our standards.
Yes, yes, but Keith has been actively involved with the job.
Well, they're gonna hire somebody to do a wet tap, because that's a live line. Phibbs is just the contractor, he's the one building the house, but.
What is that?
A wet tap is where they drill into the main with water pressure already in the system, because it's a main line. You gotta have a certain qualified person to do it, otherwise it's gonna get wet.
Do you know if they're gonna do it in such a way that if their neighbors want to connect to the line that they put in?
You would, so that fire hydrant only runs up about 15 feet off of Hinkle, and they have to be a certain distance away from that by code to put in their service line. But the rest of the neighbors, you'd have to run the water line, like Eric was talking, the main, all the way up to the cul-de-sac. Only reason why these guys can connect to it is because there's a hydrant right there.
They're very close.
There's a little, like I said, a 15-foot stub off of the main on Hinkle.
Got it.
So I think it's like.
So
Hinkle's
what they're
probably
doing
12
would
inch,
not
that's
be
8 inch.
accessible to their neighbors.
No,
It's only helping them.
it's only helping them, yeah.
You would probably have to put a 6-inch main going all the way out there.
Yeah, I believe that's an 8-inch now that's on Pleasant Hill, that runs off of the 12. But
The other thing that I wanted to say to the board, since we were first contacted about the water system, the price of pipe has gone up 3 times what it was back then. It's 3 times as much, so I mean, a 20-foot length of pipe could be anyways up to $600 for a 20-foot pipe, duct line pipe for that water system. So the longer waits, the more expensive it's gonna get.
Thank you. Okay, next item up is resolution number 39, 2025. Resolution for the purpose of amending the town of Poestenkill's fiscal year 2025 budget and all things generally related thereto. Whereas the town of Poestenkill adopted its budget, operating budget for fiscal year 2025 by the adoption of resolution number 29-2024. And whereas by this resolution, the town of Poestenkill desires and intends to make certain amendments to the budget, and now therefore be enacted and resolved by the town board of Poestenkill that the town of Poestenkill fiscal year 2025 budget shall be amended by adding $14,215 to revenue account number 22650. Now therefore be it further resolved that $14,215 from revenue account 22650 is transferred to general repairs for account number 251103. For the resolution.
I'll second.
Thank you, Eric.
Councilman Butler? Yes. Councilman Burgess?
Yes.
Councilman Haas?
Yes.
Councilman Wallaber?
Yes.
Supervisor Russell?
Yes, please. Okay, next item up for reports, supervisor's report. Have attended planning board, library, fire company meetings, have worked with residents. I've had the privilege of working with different departments here in town and working with Ian. I've also done work for some footwork on the easements for water district number 2 and have conversed with Robert Titus from the Verge Group.
I continue to work closely with the supervisor on all legal matters impacting the town.
Thank you, Ian.
During the month of September 2025, the town clerk's office took in $25,729.71. Of that amount, $22,792.03 was turned over to the supervisor.
Thank you very much, Sue.
I move that we accept the town clerk's report.
Second.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, David.
Town, I have one more question. So at the meeting on the 23rd, is that when we're going to set the public hearing for the preliminary?
Yes, and we are going to. I'd like to do that at that time.
We need to vote on it. Just all in favor?
The town clerk's report.
Okay, anything
Oh,
else?
I'm
Sue?
sorry, that was it.
Okay. All those in favor of the town clerk's report?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, next item up, we have the assessor's report from Michelle. Michelle's report, continue to work with residents, reviewing new deeds from the county, and also split merger documents. They're open Tuesdays and Thursdays, and for all residents to take advantage of their services. Next item up is the water manager's report. Keith, average usage is 145,983 a day, 45 gallons of sodium hypochlorite used in drinking water. Monthly water test came back negative. a dig safe locates what the form for the month of June. And that- and that's what I was saying. He's been out in September, he's been busy in October too, 58-1 dig, so I think, there we go.
I think we should say September.
Okay, and then he's trying to continue to work through the leak detection and checking fire hydrants. Okay, building inspector, Tracy submitted his report, and it's detailed here in the work that he's done, including MS4 activity. And coordinating with the Army Corps of Engineers. Okay, we have Bob's dog control report for the month of September. Dogs running at large 5, bark dog complaints 2, local law questions 4, and wildlife calls 7. DJ has supplied us with his monthly report, which is very detailed and very great activity. And compliments to you, DJ, and how you present this.
Just one thing, you guys are gonna be making payment schedule number 2 tonight for James Malloy for the bridge on Rikers. And that's $74,595.80. Payment number 3 came in today that we'll pay at, I'm hoping at the workshop in 2 weeks. That one's a little over 131,000, but all those added up brings us actually under budget. We bonded 650 and we actually came in a little less. So it's 595,077 is what the total project came to. So a little less than what we were figuring. So that's
And
good.
you feel secure that there won't be any?
No, payment number 3 is it. That's done.
That's it?
That's everything's done. Yeah. So
Now, once these bills are all paid, can we return some of the money to the bank and reduce the loan?
yeah, I would suggest whatever you're going to give them this year for that interest payment, just add that we're not using on top of it. You know.
Or find out if
Yeah.
that can go directly against the principal?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. For sure.
So you said, we say 595?
Yeah, I can email it to you tomorrow. so
Thank you very
can
much,
jot
sir.
it down.
Okay.
I just got
So
that
it's-
email this afternoon, and I just wanted to let you know.
I did go up there, they did a beautiful job.
Yeah, it came out really good.
Yes.
Yeah, they did a great job, so. But that's all I had.
That's quite a bit, DJ. Quite a bit. Okay, thank you. I'll just move on. Payment of the bills, please, David.
I moved that we pay the general bills of $34,750.78.
I'll second.
All those in favor of paying the general bills?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No.
I moved that we pay the water bills of $16,431.85.
2 seconds. All those in favor of water bill payment? 16,431.85.
Aye.
Aye.
And make sure everybody's sitting down for this one.
Hold on, I'm a no on that one, sorry.
I'm sorry to ask.
That's all right.
I didn't do that.
Make sure you're sitting down for this one. We're paying the highway bills of $450,318.50.
I'll second the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. Thank you.
And then we had ARPA bills that we paid of $1,317.60.
I'll second.
That doesn't need approval.
Right.
So we can-
Thank you, David. Okay. Public comment period?
Is everybody awake?
Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn? I second the motion to adjourn. All those in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? Thank you very much, one and all.